Sights and Sounds of Historic Berks is supported by Berks Heritage Council.
Good evening and welcome to Sights and Sounds of Historic Berks County. I'm your host, Amanda Matchick, and tonight I'm joined by Becky Hughes, who is the secretary from the Berks Heritage Council. Hi, Becky, how are you? Hi.
Hi.
We are going to be talking about some of the Berks Heritage Council members' upcoming events and programs, and also some upcoming events and programs at the Daniel Boone Homestead. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off with some information about the Daniel Boone Homestead. Becky, can you just let me know? Can you see that okay?
I cannot see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
Now I can.
Oh, good. All right. So before we get into some of the other member sites and their events, the Daniel Boone Homestead is located in Birdsboro, right off of 422 and 562. The property is open 7 days a week from 9 to 4. And the visitor center and historic area is open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 4, March through December. And then guided tours through the Boone House are offered at 11, 1, and 3. You can reach us at thedanielboonehomestead.org and thedanielboonehomestead@gmail.com. Also, like and follow us on Facebook, and there's our mailing address and then our phone number as well. So our big upcoming event for the summer is Evening on the Green, which is Saturday, June 21st from 4 to 8 p.m. This is just a relaxing summer evening at the homestead. It's our only after hours event, so it's kind of the only evening event we have. So it's a nice time to see the homestead kind of at a different time of day as the sun sets and dusk arrives. We have a variety of activities and demonstrations planned for the evening. A colonial beer brewing demonstration, lawn and table games, colonial toys. The big focus is music, food, and drink. So we have live music from the Hay Creek Valley Gold Band and Days of Old. And then food trucks, Wow Wagon and Munchies will be there. And then alcoholic beverages, beer from Sly Fox Brewing Company, Ridgewood Winery will have wine available for purchase, and Stonekeep Meadery will have mead available for purchase. And then we are also going to have a few artisan craft and specialty food vendors. Those are listed here. Edible Addictions, they do stuffed cookies, I believe. Melizzi Cakes does cupcakes and some other dessert items. Naturally Lather Tallow, they have tallow-based bath and body products. Paisley and Company, they have bath and body products as well. And then Spook Hill Collective does jewelry. There may be additional ones yet, but at this point, this is what we've got. Admission is adults are 10, seniors are 8, children are 5. And then if you are a Daniel Boone Homestead associate member, you receive free admission to all of our events. And then of course, younger kiddos are also free. And then your admission covers the live music. We'll also have tours through the inside of the Boone House and the Bertolet Log House, which that's including your admission, as well as the toys, the games, but then any obviously vendor purchases, there's additional fees for whatever you decide to buy that night from the vendors. So Evening on the Green is an event that's been around for a while, but last year, a couple of years, it wasn't offered. Last year was kind of its first year back after a while. And we added some of the brewery and the food truck components to kind of grow it a little bit. And so this year we're adding those additional kind of specialty food and artisan craft vendors as well, because we hope to kind of make this grow it every year bit by bit. Here's just some pictures from last year. Hay Creek Valley Gold Band will be playing approximately from about 4:30 to 6:30. And then there'll be a little break. And then Days of Old comes on from about 7 to 8. Last year, Days of Old finished up just in time because we had some bad storms and rain that came in right at like 7:59. So luckily it held off long enough that they were able to get their full set in, and then people were able to make it to their cars before the sky opened up. So we are hopeful for good weather this year because it is rain or shine. And then our Independence Day, save the date for that, is Friday, July 4th. That is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Celebrate America's independence with us. Activities include a militia muster activity for kids, which you can see there in the one photo on the left. Gunsmithing demonstrations, dragoon presentation, which is like mounted cavalry. We don't actually have, he won't be demonstrating on horseback, but he brings his show and tell items minus the horse to demonstrate and talk about that. And then blacksmithing and guided tours again of the Boone House and the Burlett Log House. And then we have a variety of patriotic crafts for children as well. And as I mentioned before, you can become a Daniel Boone Homestead Associates member. You receive free admission to our living history events and daily Boone House tours. Your membership helps to support the homestead's educational programs and all of our living history and community events. The Daniel Boone Homestead is run primarily on volunteer support, without which we would not be able to do our events and our numerous educational programs throughout the spring and fall as well. Prices are listed here. Individuals 30 per year, family or grandparent is 60, and that includes, I believe, up to 2 or 3 children or grandchildren. And then the patron is 100 a year, and that includes a few free guest passes as well. And you can send us an email for additional membership information. And I think that is it. So Becky, I will turn it over to you. I know Becky's going to talk a bit about historic Drivelvis Farm, but then also some other Heritage Council sites that have some upcoming summer events as well.
Okay. So the historic Drivelvis Farm is located near Virginville, near Crystal Cave, if you know where that is. There is a poster for that, I believe. Yep.
Can you
So,
see that?
yep.
Good. Okay.
So there is a program. 4 times a year they have open houses there. So they will open up the tour and the house, and they will do tours within the historic farmhouse. The historic house dates back to the 1700s. It is one of the few places in Berks County that's been stayed in one family for such a long period
That amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first one was in May, the next one is June 1st, and then the
Okay.
next one after that would be July 13th. The one on June 1st is also going to have historic quilts on display. So we are gonna set up the Hopewell quilters will be there. They're gonna set up all sorts of different historic quilts and talk about quilting in general.
Are there,
And
is there,
no-
sorry, Becky, is there typically a theme for each one?
Yes, there is. So in July, it will be gardening.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
What was the May one? Just out of curiosity.
May did not have one actually.
Okay, May
So
didn't
we
have
just
one.
have
Cool.
one in June, we have one in July, and then in September it'll be apples and harvesting, and we're going to talk
Oh.
about canning.
Oh, okay, so, but none in August.
None in August because August is our big farm festival.
Gotcha, that's right. Okay, makes sense then. Perfect, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to see the inside of the house, you can come at between 2 and 4 on June 1st or in July on the 13th. It is $6 for tours. Everything else is free, so you can just come and walk around. The only charge is if you want to go inside the house on a tour.
Oh, okay. And do you, I see some contact info listed at the bottom. Do you need any sort of reservation or anything like that?
You do not need a reservation. No.
Okay, okay.
Nope. You can just come and you can just show up and we'll tell you all about the house.
And I see it says visit us on Facebook and then a phone number and email. Does Dribblebus have a website or?
Dribblebus has a Facebook page. They have
Okay.
a website,
Yeah.
and they have an Instagram page as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so you can check out any of those, and they'll tell you all of our upcoming programs and events. There is a phone number at the bottom. If you have any questions, you can also call that number.
All right, very good.
So that's a little bit about Dribblebus. And Dribblebus Farm and Daniel Boone Homestead are part of the Berks County Heritage Council. So the Berks County Heritage Council is made up of 35 different museums in Berks County. Each vary in size. Some have lots of acres with them, like Daniel Boone, and some are very small museums. There is one museum that is located within the Goggle Works in one room.
Sure.
So there are all different
That's
sizes,
so
anything
nice.
you can think of. We have history, anything from canals to wagons to I don't know. What else?
Military.
Military,
clothes.
cars, yeah, you name it. We probably have a museum on it in Berks County.
I feel like, yeah, that's the case. That is, yeah.
One of the museums is actually the John Updike Museum, and that's a little bit different than the others. It doesn't focus so much.
That's
on-
right.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot they're somewhat fairly new member, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So some of the museums have some upcoming events.
Yes.
I
Let's
would tell you a little bit about some of those.
What do we have next?
Is there a poster for Leesport?
I do. Leesport Lock House. I think it is right there. The Victorian Tea.
Yes.
So,
So-
do you know, Becky, is this different from their, wait, is this the Lock House?
This is the Leesport Lock House, yes.
Okay. But this is different. They do like a strawberry festival every year, right? Does that sound
Yeah,
familiar?
yeah. So there's two different posters. There are two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, you have, oh, there is one for the strawberry.
yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So the Leesport Lock House
Gotcha.
is having a Victorian tea on Sunday, June 21st. It is $30 per person. Children 10 and under are 25. It's limited seating, so you need to call the number on the bottom or call the Leesport Lock House or check out their website to sign up to make reservations for it.
Oh my goodness. So is it at the Colonial Rose House? That's like pictured here, or is it at the Lock House?
I believe it is at the Colonial Rose House, but I am not positive on that.
Oh, I would assume because it's pictured
But
here.
the two are working together for this event.
That is really cool.
Mhm.
That reminds me a little bit of the Historic Preservation Trust of Berks County used to do a Christmas tea. I don't know if you remember that a while
Yeah.
ago, pre-COVID.
Mhm.
And I see this as a 5-course meal. Theirs was not a 5-course meal. It was, I guess, technically tea. So it was tea and then tea sandwiches and finger cookies and stuff like that. But it was always at someone's private residence.
Oh, okay.
Hence why it was hard to get back going after COVID because people didn't really weren't thrilled about opening up their homes then, I guess, as much. So
Yeah.
really cool though.
Does
Oh,
sound fun.
yeah. All right. Let's see. You said there is one here
There is another
for
post.
the strawberry for the strawberry festival. Let's
Um,
see. There it is. Okay. Oh yes. There we go.
Okay.
I feel like they've been doing this forever.
Yeah, they've been doing this for a really long time. They do a step back in time day. They've
Technically,
games for all ages. They have strawberries and ice cream. It's on June 14th, from 9 to 4. And this one is at the Leesport Lock House. You can see nature displays. They're going to play marbles. They bring in some people who actually won the marbles tournament back in the 1980s.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
They come and they teach you how to play marbles. Yeah, marbles was a very big thing in the city of Reading back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
they are going to make butter, do laundry, and there'll be all sorts of different crafts.
So will they do your laundry if you bring it?
Yeah, no. And then they
feel like
also
if
have
we
house tours, huh?
put laundry on there, I think hopefully nobody's like, "Oh, you gonna do my laundry?"
Yeah. Uh-huh. So it sounds like a fun event, and it also is for the Leesport Lock House.
And then they do their Bern Township history tour. Now that part I think is kind of new. That's where they take the bus around, right?
Right. They take a bus and they go to different places.
Spots in Bern Township. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
They haven't sent anything out about that yet, so I'm not sure what
Okay.
the date is or any of that. So
Yeah, I guess it's the same. I'm assuming it would be the same day because it's listed because June 14th, I guess, is 9 to 4 is the step back in time day, and then
right.
under that it says Bern Township History Tour 9 and 12.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I assume
So I assume they're the same. It's the same day.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I think I remember that from last year that they do. I think they run 2 buses, one at like 9 and one at 12, and you do have to make reservations ahead of time because I think it's just a school bus. So I don't know how many fit on a school bus, but I guess that's the max they can take.
yeah, and so you have to have reservations to do that, but you do not need reservations to go to Step Back in Time Day.
Makes sense. I was just gonna ask that too, but yeah, I think that
Hmm.
that's pretty much how the flyer reads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know, did they for the step back in time day, where do they want people to park? Do you
I
remember?
think you park across the street at the church parking lot and
At the
walk
church.
across.
Oh, okay. Or even the fire department, I think is
Or the library or one of those places. They're all over that one.
yes.
Yeah, they're all
Yes. Okay. Yeah, because it's kind of tight there. Yeah. Yeah. All right, great.
And then there's some other sites that have some upcoming things in June. So the Sinking Spring Area Historical Society, they meet on June 4th at 7 p.m. And they are going to be having a program called Moments in Time, a 175th anniversary of the history of the town of Spring.
Oh, okay.
So you can check out the Sinking Spring Historical Society website for more information on that one.
All right.
And then the Friends of Hopewell Furnace they have Sunday afternoon programs the second Sunday of every month.
Okay.
So there's next program will be June 8th. And then it will be on Revolutionary War Navy Artillery
Ooh, who's
by,
doing that?
by Bob Donnelly, who
Oh,
it works for the National Park Service.
oh, fun. That
Yeah.
sounds
So
okay.
that's and they hold theirs in the visitor center at Hopewell Furnace. They're always at 2 p.m.
Okay.
But they do say come early so that you can get a seat because sometimes they do fill up.
Oh, okay. But no reservations for that. Just
You don't need reservations, but
Just
yeah, you
show up
need to
early.
you just need to show up so they can get a seat.
gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then Hopewell Furnace is actually open Wednesday through Sunday 9 to 4 every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are those kind of their summer hours or were they open that much through the winter too? I'm trying to
And they're never open on a Monday and Tuesday. They're only open Wednesday through
just one.
Sunday.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Very, very good. Very
So
good.
those are just some of the different things that our sites have going on. Well, I try to post all of these on Facebook, on the Heritage Council Facebook
Yes.
page as well.
Yes.
And if you want to be on our email list to get these events, just message us on Facebook. We
Okay.
do not have a website, so you cannot check out our website. You have to check out our Facebook page.
Okay. And then there is the Heritage Council though does have its own specific email though now, right? Is that
Yeah. Yep.
is it Berks Heritage Council at Gmail?
Berks Heritage Council at Gmail.
Okay,
Yep.
Berks Heritage Council at gmail.com, and then that's the best,
Right. Yeah.
easiest way, I guess, to reach us because we don't really have a home, a physical home spot. So
No, because we're all so many different museums put together. So
yeah,
You don't have a
Well, it's basically a membership organization. So yeah, we don't really have a central spot.
Mhm.
But how many did you say now? There's 30, 35?
35.
35, yeah.
Yep.
And makes up, I guess, museums, historic sites, historical societies.
Right. Any of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, all different topics. I mean, I guess we still have Pennsylvania Military Museum. Are they
Yes.
still members? Okay. I know they were a fairly new one along with John Updike and then
Mhm.
but like the Berks
The
Heritage
History
Center
Center,
and
the
History
Berks
Center,
County Heritage Center, Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles. There's a Polish American Museum.
right.
They're in the Goggle Works.
Oh yeah, Polish is
Along with the Genealogical Society. They are also in the Goggle Works.
yes. So yeah, that's right. So there's two, we have two in the Goggle Works, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, the Berks County Genealogical Society is in there and the Polish American, right?
Yeah. Those two are in the Goggle Works. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we even have, I guess, well, we even have a winery because Ridgewood Winery is a member.
Ridgewood Winery is a member.
Because but both of their wineries are in historic structures. So it's like a historic house / winery. So they're
Brenton Lodge is also a member because they are a historic site. They are
yes, that's right.
they're on 724 near Birdsboro.
Well, when you mention that, then that makes me start thinking Halloween, and then I think of Crystal Cave because Crystal Cave is always on the show for their lantern tours. So the museum at Crystal Cave is also a member.
Yep.
So that's a little, again, a lot of variety.
There's a lot of variety. The
Ours-
Tolwakin
ours
Settlement
is-
Historical Society. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Conrad Weiser, Conrad Weiser
Mhm.
said too. So yeah, there's a lot of different members. All right, well, I think we're kind of winding down, but was there anything else you had wanted to mention? I know we just had the council just had Berks History Day. last month.
Right, which is going to be an ongoing thing, and we're next year it'll be at the Berks County Heritage Center.
Oh, okay. So that was already decided. Okay,
Yep.
I kind of guessed that it was going to change every year, and that was part of
Yeah.
the
We
point.
try to move it around so that
Yeah.
you can see all sorts of different sites.
Yes. Oh, well, that's a great place for it.
Yeah.
Um, and then even have some inside option in case of bad weather. 'Cause
Right.
that's
Yeah, because
always-
it did rain a little on us.
that's right. It did. Yeah. Did it rain last year at all? You guys?
Yeah, it has rained every year we've done it recently.
But
So.
when it was at Stoltzfus, there was a big tent, right?
Right. Yep.
So that helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tough. I guess a lot of us are in the same predicament where we don't have a lot of indoor space.
Right. We still
Sure.
got now 150 of you came out and
Yeah.
came to see us on the rainy day, so that was still good.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. It's rained now like 3 out of our last 5 school programs. So
Mhm.
we're getting, and it rained on Children's Day. So it's,
Yep.
it's raining. I feel like it's raining all the time now. It's terrible. But yeah, okay. So it'll be at the Heritage Center next year. Still in April, you think?
Yep. Still in April.
Okay. Oh, that'll be great.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, again, just to kind of give a little recap, I'll try to remember, but Daniel Boone Homestead has Evening on the Green coming up on Saturday, June 21st. And then their July 4th event on July 4th. And we heard from Becky about Historic Drybulbis, who has their Sunday open house. The next one is June 1st, right?
Yep.
June 1st. And what's the July one?
July, I think it's the 13th.
13th or 14th. Okay. Okay. One in July, and then skipping August because you have your big event that month, and then again picking them up
In
in
September.
September. And then we heard a bunch from the Lock House. So their Victorian Tea and their Step Back in Time Strawberry Festival, which I think was June 14th.
Yep.
And the Strawberry Festival also coincides with their kind of bus history tour, I guess, through Bird Township.
Yeah.
And you do not need reservations for the Step Back in Time Day, but they do ask that you call and make reservations for the history tour part of it, because I think they have a certain number of buses that they have.
Right.
So to make sure you get a seat. And then I know I'm sorry, you mentioned a bunch of stuff at Hopewell.
Yeah. So Hopewell has a second Sunday of the month program that they do at Hopewell.
Okay. Second Sunday of the month. And then who had them? Oh, Sinking Spring
Thinking Spring has a program in June 4th.
had their, is that the first Monday? Is that what that is? Or something like that?
I think it's Monday, yeah.
I don't know what the Monday, yeah. A lot of them seem to have their monthly meeting, I guess, on a Monday. It seems like, so. All right. Okay, well, I hope that our viewers are able to make it out to some of our member sites. Again, the Berks Heritage Council, I apologize. The Berks Heritage Council is a membership organization with about 35 members. And we put on a event every April. We just finished one this past April, but the next one will be at the Berks Heritage Center. Is it technically, what is their address? Is it Wyomissing? Do you know?
Yeah, it's considered Wyomissing.
It's weird because it's like right next to the airport, but it's like between Wyomissing and it's weird.
Depends which side of Topahawken you're on.
I guess, yeah, where you park. If you come from one side of the bridge, Red Bridge, or the other side of the Red Bridge, but yeah. So we hope you'll take some time this summer and get out and visit some of our members, whether it's at one of these upcoming events or just to check them out throughout your summer travels. And thank you, Becky, for joining me tonight. And thank you to our viewers. And we will see you next month. Thanks and good night.
Bye.
Sights and Sounds of Historic Berks is supported by Berks Heritage Council.